Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And oh, that silly tape. I have finished the pages, and really, I'm going to go over them with you, but you can do any configuration with sizes of picture. If you want to do them all 4x6s, then by all means do them all 4x6s. And I'm also going to make a template, like this, and make it so one that will fit this size, one that will fit this size, and then there's your 4x6, which it will leave a nice, edge all the way around for the 4x6. I did glue down one card. And so I do have one card put on my pages, but that was about it. So a little slower now. I'll go through my pages. So, just kind of piecemealed what I thought I would like. I'm going for bright and crazy because why not, haven't done any smaller detail decorations, just getting the paper on the page. So this one, I actually made this a pocket. So I just glued it down on the 3 sides. So you can do it with your pattern paper or with your cardstock. This one, as you see, I just glued the 2 sides on there. These are 2 of those, 3, what was that? 3.5, where is it? 3.5 by 5 and 3 and a quarter. And then this is just glued in the center. So on both sides, you can get your picture underneath there. Okay. So that's kind of a nice trick to get more, if you want to do this configuration to get more, or if somebody wants to, they can just stick a 4x6 on there and write on it, so that's totally your choice. Now, I could have made this a little tuck spot and just glued it down, maybe glued this part down too, but left it open. I did not. And then there's this one. There's another one of those configurations with just a little smaller piece. It is still lifted up. That's it. And as you can see, it's just used copy paper that I cut into the shapes I needed. So there's another one. Now this one is another pocket, and I used the designer paper this time for it. And that one's really plain, so it will lend itself to a nice bit of decoration. There's one there. Now this one isn't a pocket or anything. And then there's this one. So that, and you see I just used copy paper, whatever I had laying around, because it's going to get glued down. I did ink all the edges so that you can't see the copy paper at all, and then I did ink all of the edges. Well, most. There are a few that I forgot. So I have a few tidbits left right here that I will still use, because I still have some pockets to make for the inside, front, and back cover. And there's, some of the strips, decorative strips that we had from that one piece of paper. I did cut out a few cards, so I can stick those in my little pockets and such. And then I have these pieces left still. And this is still just the first half. There's the rest of the cards, but I didn't cut it out in case I wanted to use some of this. And then these pieces in case I wanted to use more of that. And then my green. And then I also have the signature page, the butterflies, and then all of these little cards here. And then that's the green leaves with the red ladybugs. Okay, so that being said, now a little bit more mechanical work. I did do my back. and I put magnets. I have one magnet that I have already stuck down, and I'm going to take my tape, and I just kind of picked a spot that was going to allow, the more into the center you are, the better, and it's going to allow your paper that you put down to be able to, you know, adhere all the way around your magnets. So I'm going to put a piece of tape across here, and then I'm going to cut another piece of tape and just lay it down and put my magnet on. They don't have to be this long. I'm being foolishly unthrifty with my score tape here. Lay that down for a second. There's another piece. And there we go. Okay, so now you're going to see how the mechanics of this thing is going to start working here. So, in order to have this work the way we need it to work, we need to make sure that we're lining these two up. You want to put this back. I've got the back. You want to put the back. Now, I put these two together and saw which one worked better for standing up straight. You might have to put your front down first and put your back down second. So you just need to try it out and see which one's going to work for you. I don't know if the back one is going to work for everybody, but I've got my back panel down first with the magnets on it. And if you put the magnets on the front one and decide that you need to have the front down first, well, it's not too hard to just pull that up. And if it rips the paper, you're going to put decorative paper on it anyway. So not to worry. I am laying it inside the groove underneath so that I can fold this over. And I want to make sure that I am going to fold this over nice and neat. Don't have it move around. And see if you can get, there we go, the magnets down. Good. So now, when they, oh, did they move too much? Okay. When they magnetize together, they stand up. There we go. So, again, you're going to get more weight on this, which is going to hold it down a lot better. But right now, there it is, and that's how it sits. And then the pages are free flowing. So then when you want to invert it to have people, like say it's on your desk or something, we're going to figure that one out, because then we're going to flip it around this way and we're going to just butt them up. So in order to take advantage of the two magnets that are on, you see these two magnets here that are on the top. These two magnets are on the bottom, but these two magnets are on the top. So I'm going to take advantage of those magnets, and I'm going to put some kind of ribbon or something with magnets on it, but we'll get to that in a little while. I just wanted to get that part taken care of with you. Now, next, if you want to, you can start. I do have these pages in the order that I want, and you can start by just laying them onto your pages and gluing them down. And then we'll start working on the inside, front, and back cover, covering these puppies. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and glue all these down in the order. Now remember, I'm not doing anything on the back. If you choose to do something on the back, you go right ahead and do that. That will be totally your choice. I'm just going to leave it blank for now. If I end up with a bunch of stuff, I might come up with something. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'll be back with you in just a second. Okay, so now I have all the pages on. Yay. And I checked it and it does stand up much nicer. There's more weight, you know, pushing down on it, so it stays up much nicer. Now I had 2 more of these left. Now I want to have a pocket on the inside front and back covers, but since it's going to be an inverted thing, I'm going to make what they call a tension pocket. And it's not any great big secret or anything, but the front one, I'm going to actually want to put the templates for these different these different picture pieces. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this, and obviously not all the way down because I am going to use a pocket, and I'm going to use this black leftover piece that I have from the papers. That's got pencil on that side, so I'll use this side. And a tension pocket is going to allow whatever you put in there to stay in there when we invert it and turn it upside down. So, so the person that is doing this, now if we wanted to think about the only time you're going to open it is when you're going to have it upside down. So I think that makes more sense to let's put the pocket towards the, sorry, can't even see what I'm talking about. Put the top pocket towards the bottom flaps instead of this way. You can do it either way. If you think they're just going to lay it on a table and just flip it, well then don't even worry about putting these flaps on. I have a feeling that they're going to want to stand it up, especially if it's somebody like on a desk or something like that. And, excuse me. So the tension pocket is super easy, but let's go ahead and get this covered. Let me see what I have here. Now this green, I have enough of that. What's on the other side? Ooh, that's pretty too, but that's definitely got to go this way, and that's not the way I need it to go. So we're going to use some of this one, and I am going to cut off, because I don't think, let's see, I need a little strip to go into here to cover that little rip that I have, and that is too thin. So I was just thinking I might cut it off of this piece and put it in there. Let me see how much I can cut. So that's, I'm not counting 30 seconds for heaven's sakes. There we go. Slightly less than a quarter, so I'd say 1, 2, 3/8. No, 3/8 is right before a half, so 2/8 is a quarter. So wow. Okay, slightly larger than 1/8 of an inch. How's that? I'm going to see, I'm going to eyeball this. And see how that's going to work. That will help clean it up a little bit. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So I need to cut it right here. And I am going to try and ink it. I know. Going to end up inking me more than it. But I don't like that white shining edge in the center of the paper. So if I got a little ink on this, it would probably work a whole lot better. A whole lot better. Oh yeah. And then she said nothing. And I think I want it on the opposite side. I am just going to run a bead of glue right, oops, if I can keep my fingers off of it, right down the center. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Come on, Lisa. Ah! It's turning sideways on me. Get the glue on there. There we go. Way too much glue down on the other end, but that's all right. We will get it taken care of. Come here. There we go. Get my cloth here. Okay, so there's that. Then, let's see, here's my pocket. So my pocket is going to go right here. And we'll put, let's see, let me put this, get this up where I want it to start, right there. Put my pocket down so I can see what that's going to look like. And we're going to make a little mark, leaving about 1/4 of an inch below the pocket. And then we'll get the proper size. Oh, lost my mark. Right there. So I get to save a little for something else. And then I think I'm just going to make this the size of this. I think that's what I'm going to do. So just make it the same size, or if you want to make it where, because I want to use up my leftovers, and that's how sometimes I figure out what I'm going to do. All right. It looks like maybe I cut that not quite straight, but it is still going to work for me. I think I cut this a little oddbally. I did. Let's ink this up real quick. Doesn't really matter on the part that's going inside. Duh. Okay, I wish I could have used that side, but it's just all going the wrong direction. I like it this side better. Okay. Just get this centered up so everything looks nice. There we go. Give it a nice push down, get all that glue moved around, especially around your edges. All right, so now, normally glue, right? No. If you have score tape. Oh, poodle head. I'm putting the pocket on the other side. Okay. Come on, glue. I got to fill this thing up again. I have filled it up and emptied it in, what, a week? If even. I stay busy, boys and girls. I stay busy. Okay, so let's try this again. So, I did get the straight end down. All right. Now we're cooking with gas. And that feels all dry. Okay, so now for a tension pocket, you really do need to have score tape or some kind of double-sided tape. And you don't have to do the sides. You can do the sides just with your glue. 1/8 of an inch score tape is probably the best to use because you lose the least amount of. I got to put this on the white so I can see what I'm doing. The least amount of pocket, because this isn't a huge pocket, but neither do I have a lot of room for a bunch of stuff because this lays fairly flat against the pages. So the tension pocket, how it works is when you put something in there, let me get this last piece off and I'll explain it to you. When you put something in there, it hits that, as long as you put it in all the way, it hits some of the tape and stays in. And I didn't even push it down. I just touched it to it, okay? So that's how a tension pocket works. Now I'm going to, so it's not really giving you tension, but it acts like it's tight enough down to do the job that you are requiring. Boy, I did not lay that very good at all. So I'm going to have to put an edge on that, which is okie dokie. Okie dokie. All right. And then we just want to burnish that score tape down really well. So when you stick something into it and flip it up, it's not coming out. Now, if you do a tension pocket, but you want, you can't really do the folding because that makes it too open. It just doesn't seem to work, very well. And then I am going to put this right here so that I can put a picture on it. Okay. Come on. Let me get it over here so you guys can at least see what I'm doing. I'm not talking that much. All right. I'm going to try and center this. Leave a little edge on the top, little edge on the bottom. I still have to put a little bit more over here, but I think that's pretty good. Okay. Let's see, what do I have that I can put an edge down the side? Do I have any little strips long enough? I got a little mushroom. Not long enough though. That, almost long enough. Almost. I'll come up with something. Everything is too short. And I think that, I don't know if that's really cut straight. But that might work right there. I'll have to go up on the pocket, or I can just cut it off. But no, the pocket will show. Okay, well, I'll work on that on the side. You guys will see what I do once I figure out what I do. Okay, so there's that side. Now I still have this to cover. So let's see. Do I have? Not long enough. Not long enough. not long enough. All right. I don't want to use that for that. Let's see here. I think I might use these to cover this pocket. One of these. I'll have to cut them down a little bit. I was kind of hoping one of them would be short enough that I wouldn't have to lose any of because I love the fringed edges. But, you know, you can't have it all. You can't have it all. Or I have the butterfly paper. That would be very pretty. That would be very pretty. Let me just do the butterfly paper on, I don't know. I can put that there. It's real pretty though. It's real pretty. Yeah. Okay. Let me do the butterfly paper on this. Pretty. Did you get my southern accent on there? It's real pretty. What is the back side? Maybe I'll see my mark better on the back side. Oh, I am so sorry. Excuse me. Okay, let's get this cut. Is that my mark right there? Yes, it is right there. That's too boring. This is beautiful. Okay. So it's a snow day today here in Kentucky. It's been snowing, and then the sunshine comes out and melts the snow. And then it snows again, the sunshine comes out, warms up a little bit, melts the snow. So we're getting the best of both worlds. But I think tonight we're supposed to have just a titch of accumulation. My husband was telling me the precipitation percentages, and he said the participation. And I got so tickled. Yeah, we're going to be participating in that precipitation. And we were just going on and on and on. I had so much fun with that. But yeah, then he couldn't not say participation instead of precipitation. Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. It was kind of it was his today's tongue twister. My dad used to do those tongue twisters with me all the time. Got pretty good at them. So like rubber baby buggy bumpers, you know, and she slid a sheet, she slid upon a slitted sheet, she sit. She sells seashells down by the seashore. Yeah. Yeah, I had a lot of those. If you guys know of any, put them in the comments. I like saying them sometimes, and it's good. When my dad had his stroke and I went to the speech therapist with him, she said tongue twisters are wonderful to keep your tongue moving in all different directions and stuff like that. Because he actually had to retrain his tongue how to work. And so we stayed on tongue twisters quite a bit. He hated it because he couldn't do it. But you know, we got through that. Yeah, I love those tongue twisters. Okay, so now this one, I have one of these 4x6 left. So I wanted to do the 4x6. So I am using the smaller piece. And I'm going to put the 4x6 at the bottom, and I'll put the pocket at the top. But I wanted to go ahead and use the smaller strip, because I remember we had, I'm sure you do, we've got the two different strip sizes. Now, if you cut your paper in a different way each time, you might have multiple sizes. Use whatever size you want. And then I still have 2 of the full sheets that we ended up pulling out because they just wouldn't work. So, paper for this one. Oh, I don't want to use my butterfly paper. I don't. So, I have this paper, which is all these gorgeous jobbies. I think, let's see. I think I'm going to cut this down I'm going to cut this off, and then I'm going to cut down this center line this way. And we'll see if we can stretch this so I can utilize some of them in a different manner. All right. So these I'm going to keep. I like the bottom ones. I mean, I like all of them, but I like the bottom ones better than I like the top ones. And again, we're building it this way. And I think we will cut this off on this side. So we have the full butterfly. Where's my pencil? Here it is. I got glue all over me. Oh my gosh, guys. Went to Dollar Tree yesterday with my husband. Yes, he takes me to Dollar Tree. He says it's quite a fun store. And he knows that, you know, if I do find something that it's way cheaper than if we were buying it, you know, Walmart or something. But I gotta show you this. Oh, my mic is hooked. You guys can hear me. Yes. Okay. Yes. And I went nuts. Okay. So first is this glittery ribbon. And there's 3 yards in each one of these for $1. But look how pretty that is. And it's on both sides. It shines and sheens on both sides, which I love for bows and ties and, well, just anything. So, hopefully I got that on the right side. No, I don't. So, there's the red one, but that's not the best color. Oh, come on. Down, down, down. There is, look at this rose gold. Here's gold, and there's a rose gold. Isn't that gorgeous? I wish I could get the sheen off of it for you, but oh my gosh. So I got quite a few of those, and then this is it's a softer pink than it looks on here, and then a different gold, and then the reds. And they had, that's another of the rose gold, and then the brown. I loved them. I bought pretty much every one they had. Then they had an entire case of faux leather ribbon. And I just put it in my cart. Bought the whole thing. And it's got that kind of fabric-y back, so I would definitely use your Fabri-Tac on it. But to put straps on your books, or I mean just anything. If you're making a man card and you want a piece of leather, and to take your tree or some kind of embossing folder, and maybe run these through there and get some actual texture on them. How cool. But look at the colors. There's gold, white, silver, tan, brown. It's like a mahogany, deep, rich mahogany, and black. I could not resist. Could not resist. So, yes. And you're not going to see this. They'll probably all be gone by the time you guys see it. But maybe some of you got some. And you can tell me what you're going to do with yours. Okay. So I've inked this, right? Yep, inked this. I'm going to cut this the same. Let me line this up with this. Flip her over. And cut her off. There we go. Again, I'm going to do the tension type pocket. So now I know this and this don't fit. Oh, and I also need a strip. You know, this strip might be very interesting right there. I think I'm going to cut this little top strip off to put into my section. That will be very pretty. I do believe that will be very pretty. Okay. And then it'll still be a continuation because like here's the leaves and then there's the leaves. So I could just line it right up. And it's the same length. So that is good too. And that's going to work. Okay. So I'm going to try and ink this one. But yeah, you know, my husband and I have decided that this year we're going to start going to craft fairs. And he does metalwork and makes knives, and I started him on some yard art. But we also do home decor stuff. I work on some of his yard art stuff to make it a little fancier sometimes. And we just collab, and it's just been so much fun. So much fun. And I mean, because we're both retired. I am trying to find a job, though. I tell ya. I live in this is a very small town, so I know I have lived in small towns before, and I know that you got to know somebody's brother, mother, sister, something or other, or, you know, you're pretty much SOL getting a job. However, if I keep at it, eventually, once they hire everybody, I like working. And with this COVID thing, I have not been able to make a lot of friends. I mean, you guys are it. And my friend Laurel, hi Laurel, up in Washington, but she's in Washington. And, I mean, she and I were going to start making stuff and getting, you know, consignment shops, and we were going to start doing all that kind of fun stuff. And then, you know, my husband retired and we moved, and so we didn't get to do that. So that was kind of a bummer. And because we're always like, oh my gosh, if we were together, we'd be doing this and this and this. So, but anyway, I digress. But yeah, it's been kind of, you know, I will see a job. I put in the application online or however it is they want me to put it in. And I hate going through those headhunter places or whatever. So if I see something, I'll go to their website and like Family Dollar. We have Family Dollar, Dollar General, Save a Lot, Post Office, which you know you'll never get in there. A few other places, some restaurants. I'm not washing dishes for a living. I'm sorry. I've been doing that for how many years? And they wanted a short order cook, and I said, nope. Not doing that either. Not doing that either. Nope. Okay, so now I just need a small enough strip I do have this. And let's see how well that will work. Put that down there. And then where's this gonna go? Yeah, see, that'll cover up, so that's not worth using that pretty word strip. Oh, here we go. Am I in luck? I am in luck. And then I can go over the top of that with the black ever so slightly, and we are good. I'm just going to finish cutting this out. Yay! Love it when a plan comes together. So anyway, yeah, I've been trying to figure out ways of actually kind of, you know, connecting with people and finding, you know, it would be nice to find somebody in this area that I can hook up with and craft together, run to a store together. I mean, I have my husband and he is wonderful, but you know, sometimes you just want girl talk. Boy, that is not straight. I wonder if that bottom, the top is straight. Is this going to cover that up enough? Yes, it will. Okay, so I'm going to make this. I don't know how I got that so uneven, but I'm going to make this the same length as me black. There we go. And I want the straight edge. Is this the straight edge? Yes. Okay. Gonna ink it. But, so there's my dilemma. Just kind of floating free out here. And, oh, don't get me wrong. I love this place. I love my home. I love that one of my sons lives here. And we get down to Florida. And that's another thing. If I get a job, you know, they're going to have to be willing to allow me to take off for a couple weeks at a time. We do it maybe twice a year, but we wanted to run and see our friends. You know, we've got the camper. Let's travel. But we're not going to really do that until spring. So, okay, guys, what you think? And this really doesn't look straight either. Good Lord. Everything looks crooked to me. Let me see this one. I think maybe it's this throwing me off a little bit. So I am going to go with this other one. I'm just going to make it the same length. There we go. And because we're making a tension pocket, and this time I'm just going to do the 1/8 of an inch. What is that? Oh, it's a sticker. The 1/8 of an inch tape, score tape at the bottom. Put it on the white so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Remember not to pull your score tape. Don't stretch it. It will make your paper buckle. And it makes it easier to get air bubbles in it. You just want to lay it down. Don't stretch it across. Okay. So, come on. There's that. And then we'll put the glue up the sides. All right. Line it up. Let's do it this way. Line it up on the bottom where you're going to want it, and then line it up on the edge of the paper. Oops. There we go. Nice and even all the way across. Down a little ways. And good. Good, good, good. Okay. And then, you know, I think I might just put that in there. There we go. And then it's their choice whether they want to do something with it or not. Okay, so now we need to do these puppies, both front and back. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of copy paper and cut 4 of them. And I'm going to use all my strips and stuff. And that's what I'm going to do here. So we've got our inside, front, and back cover done. And I know it looks funky, but when you lay it this way, it looks fine. See? It looks fine. And then you got your page flipped. Yep. Flip them pages. Oh no. Oh, you guys are probably yelling and screaming at me. Dang. Dang, I did it wrong. Dang. Oh well. Oh well. Yep. I did this one upside down. So when you lay it this way, it's wrong side. Yep. But that's okay. That's okay. I know I won't be able to get that paper off of there. No way. It's going to make too much of a mess. Nope, not going to do it. That's okay. Dummy Lisa. Dummy Lisa. It's the back of the book. It'll be okay. I'm going to do something I hope will be really cool on the front of the book, so nobody's going to take notice. But that's what I'm going to do on these, is piece of copy paper, and then use all of my little strips and bits and pieces, and, you know, utilize some of these. So we'll get all of that taken care of. And then I'll be back and I'll show you what I'm going to do with the cover and how we're going to maintain, once it's inverted, how we're going to maintain the closure. And, oh, okay, so for that, before we do this, okay, so when we invert the cover, we're laying it like this, okay? I want to take advantage of these magnets. So on this flap, on the outside, I want to put a brad. Is that what I want? Maybe I could put something like this. Punch out the center. And, I don't know, because the material would cover most of the pretty stuff. Well, I have this one, which I wish I looked. I didn't have anything that was butterfly-esque. I think I might use this one. And I'll put the bit of, holy Toledo. Whatever it is I'm going to use. I'm going to figure it out and come back to you guys. I'm having such a hard time concentrating. All right, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so I am working on the closure. And I have these are just two metal flowers that I have. They're just flat metal flowers. So anything flat and metal that you have will work. And I put some patina for all metal from Jintage, Ranger. I don't know. There it is. And it's just a really good color. And then I heat set it. And now I have, playing around with my magnets. Now I have 2 magnets. And I'm going to separate these. And I'm using Aleene's mixed media adhesive. It's not like that, but it's pretty darn good. So I did color both sides of these. I'm just seeing which side I like the best and putting the best down. So I'm going to glue. Oh boy, there's a bunch coming out here. And that's the only thing with this is it just comes out big old time. Okay. And I'm going to put my magnets. I better separate these out a little bit better. And there is a smell to this glue. So if you are sensitive to glue smell or, you know, smell in general, the only time I'm sensitive is when I'm having a migraine. So now on the book, this is going to be on this one. So on the back of the book, we want to find out which way this wants to go. So this is going to be this way, and this is going to be this way. So, this is going to be the bottom. So I'm going to put this one on this side. And this one on this side. So when you put the magnet down on here, you want to flip it over and put it down on the side that you're going to use for that. So does that make sense? Because now this side will go onto this piece. So whatever side actually attached is the side you want to flip to. Just make sure it's going to actually attract. I had this little piece of metal. It's actually from a belt. See if it focuses there. It's actually from a belt. And I cut off the little backs that came around and grabbed into the belt material. And glued down this ribbon, pulled it through. There was 2 holes in there. Pulled it through, put 2 brads. There's the backs of the brads. Put some of the multimedia adhesive in there, and then got the ribbon to go into the direction that it's going to have to go in order to grab the 2 magnets. And this is going to be our closure when it's inverted, so that it will help hold everything together. So I've done most of that without you watching, but I think I explained it okay. I found the center and put that in there. I'm going to wait a few minutes until this dries. And, well, I probably could go ahead and flip this over. And I want to put a gem. So let's see what I got here, so that it looks like kind of the center of the flower. I have 2 light green ones. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'm working on trying to get some of this stuff gone through. So I'm going to pull this out of here, and I think there should be enough wet glue that it should hold it. So I'll put that right in the center. And if you don't think there's any glue there holding it, just add some more. That doesn't seem to be... This one I think has plenty. There we go. And I'm all gonna see if I can take some of this. I can't really, I'm just gonna scrape the paint off. Ah! I don't want to scrape the paint off. So where is my, here it is. Don't need the hair on there, that's for sure. Ah. Oh. There. Oh, and it's just oozing out. It's messy, but it's good glue. And it wasn't very expensive. And for the price, I am enjoying working with it. It seems to really do a nice job. Okay. And once it dries, if you rub on it, it just rolls right off. Kind of like the Fabri-Tac does. And it will take your nail polish off, just so you know. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, I don't know where I got it, but I'm sure you can get it at Joann's and Hobby Lobby and, you know, Michael's, all of those places. Might even be able to get it at Walmart. That might be where I got that. I'm not sure. Okay. So I did make my, I just got to find them. My 4 pieces for my bottom, and this one is going down on here. So I'm going to go ahead and ink these and glue everything down. Remember, when you put them on this side, to take your score tape off and glue it all down. Okay, so I shall return momentarily. Oh, and by the way, when I used this stuff, it dries pretty fast. You do need to heat set it for extra durability. And I just put some on my glass table here and just used a tip of a Q-tip and put it on there. So that's how I did that. All right. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a minute.